Hello YouTube, Happy New Year. I am in a little gymnasium. Used to be a gymnasium slash cafeteria. This is one of the little schools that I used to take care of when I worked for the county. This used to be the kitchen. They closed this school about the time I left the county, consolidated it with some others. And a pipe fitters union bought it. Their intent was to have training classes here, I believe. I think they were going to convert this gym to like a welding shop, but it has a wood floor. So I guess the insurance company frowned on that. So they sold the building again. Of course, this used to just be the entryway. This was the principal's office. It's warm in here. We've got a heat pump on this section now. This was a classroom. That wall has been, this used to be old school, new school, so there's a pretty wide wall right here, looks like. So this was a classroom. They split it up into a couple of different offices. A woman's bathroom, janitor's closet, men's bathroom. Let's see what they did with these other rooms. It's a train. A good train. P-TAC. These things used to have hydronic warm water heat. Had little cabinet heaters in each room, but they've taken those out, looks like, in these cases, and stuck in P-TACs. There's a boiler dungeon directly beneath the kitchen. It's down probably about 12, 13 foot. Has an old propane fired boiler. I'd say it's probably about 750,000 BTUs. It's a steam boiler, and then they have a heat exchanger. But the gym had a steam heater back here on what I guess started out as a stage and then became a library, but they've opened it back up and made it a stage again when the union bought it. But what happened with this heater is you had a just an open return coming in down here, and then the heater pulled its air in. Let me get back up here, and this was your steam heater, and it discharges through those two openings into the gymnasium there. Johnson Controls, we use the Johnson Controls building control system. It's an old unitary controller there. It's actually my writing on it with that red ink pen. It has no N2, meaning that it did no longer communicate with the others, so that's probably why it was stuck in this school. But what I'm going to do, the owner that bought it is one of my guys that owns a bunch of property, landlord, and they're going to use it kind of just as a family to play basketball and this and that. So he wanted to put a little heat out here. It got down to 9 degrees last night. It's still, you know, fairly warm in here considering how cold it is outside. So what we're going to do something quick and fairly inexpensive is pop a 120,000 BTU furnace in here. I'm going to actually, I built a box for it last night at my shop, a return plenum. I'm going to set it here in front of this opening and tie it into this open grill. And then I will take out one side of this ductwork off of this old steam heater and discharge the heat from this furnace back out into the gym right there. I assume on the other side of this box is going to be my sensor for my old UNT, so I'll just put my thermostat out there. Probably has a little cover over it to keep a ball from hitting it. This UNT would have had a 20 amp 110 volt circuit coming to it, so I'll use that for my furnace power supply. I've got a cord right there. I'm going to stick a condensate pump on it. There's a crawl space under here. I've been under there to change the steam trap. There was steam heaters out here as well. So rather than go under there and try to crawl around and drill out through there to put a drain in, I think for now I'm going to stick a condensate pump on it and pump the discharge out. This is the outside wall over here. They've got 3 1,000-gallon propane tanks up on the hill there, but they're not going to use those. They're going to get a different propane company. It's going to set them a smaller tank on that slab where that modular unit used to be, and then they'll trench down the hill. So if I punch through the brick down here, they can put them a regulator in the propane there. So I'll come in, come up that wall, over that wall to my heater. I'm going to size it in order to run 220,000 BTU heaters in case they want more heat. We can stick another one in this same area and twin them, get them twice as much heat. I'll have to measure here, but I might be able, this is a wood wall versus the 8-inch block and the 4 inches of brick. I may try to take the flue right out through there so I won't have to drill through the block. I think we can get 3 foot away. I'll double check. And so it'll be a pretty simple little job. Here's what we're going back with. It's just the ICP 120,000 BTU. I built this little return plenum. I got a space here for a 24 by 30 filter. Had to bump it out a little bit in the back to make room so the filter would slide in all the way. May or may not make a little cover for it. We'll just see how it looks. And again, it's just a down and dirty way to get a little heat in this place. I didn't mention earlier, the boiler's no good. It's one of the reasons we closed the school. It was made in 1978. It's atmospheric boiler, and we were forever coming over here and cleaning the tubes off where the rust was falling down on them. So they're not going to. They've already mostly got electric heat in the rest of the school now. I think we have an 800 amp service, so they're not going to replace that boiler. So we're just looking for some way to get them a little bit of heat in the gym to keep it manageable in the winter time and warm it up a little bit when they want to come and play basketball. Here's the back of the school. Plenty of electrical. But here's that dungeon I was telling you about. I brought a flashlight. Let's see if we can get in down here. A little light, not a lot of light, let's see. If you can tell, that's an actual fan blower system to get the propane out of here if you ever have a leak. That was the old Johnson Control stuff we used to run the boiler. I think we put a UNT in there because we took the DX controller that was here out because they couldn't use it anyway when we sold the school. And here's the old steam boiler. I know it's hard to see, but it's dark in here. The hell. 1.68 million BTUs of rust. And then we have this heat exchanger here to convert the steam to water for the newer part of the building. Expansion tank's way up there against the ceiling. So you can pretty much cut this thing out of here and sell it for scrap now. It's getting pretty cold in here. You better get him some heat. Backflow preventer's got ice coming out of it. Or where it's dripped down, it's froze. I'll tell him he needs to get some heat in here. This is unseasonable weather we're having, or actually non-routine weather, but no point in letting it freeze if you can stick a heater down here. Okay, I got to thinking that maybe I shouldn't use this old circuit because they're using the ground, the conduit as a ground here for that old UNT. And I had a newer circuit over there that had been ran to a little panel up here on the stage. This one comes from down in the boiler room. But of course you can see I have my 123 volts to the neutral, but I also have 123 volts to ground. Let me show you the other circuit. Okay, as you can see, we have a 123 to neutral. We have 26 to ground. My meter's getting cold and freaking out over here. 26 volts to ground. So this, more than likely, this circuit would not operate a furnace with a flame sensor. So I'm going to go back to using the one on the other side. Okay, got a little heat out here this morning. I made some gas pipe at the shop last night. A little bit of metal over in that corner, but I stuck another hole through for the drain. I'm going to put some 3/4 inch PVC out and then attach my condensate pump to it on the inside here so it won't freeze up in the winter.
Disconnected.
I'm going to plug this off here. That'll be for that second furnace should we ever install it over here on this side. What I'm going to do, I need some lunch. I'm going to run and get my test gauge to put on the outside, and I've got a plug in the van. I'm sure I'll put in that, and I'll test the line right there for now, and maybe the propane company can get on out here and get started running their line down the hill while I'm putting in the rest of the unit. Here's what we're going to have on the outside. This pops through there, comes down. I got stubbed out there for the regulator. And again, they're going to trench right up the hill.